Good morning. First story I'm going to read is Adam and Eve. The Lord God planted an orchard in the east in Eden, and there he placed the man he had formed. The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow from the soil, every tree that was pleasing to look at and good for food. Now the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil were in the middle of the orchard. Now a river flows from Eden to water the orchard, and from there it divides into four headstreams. The name of the first is Pasan. It runs through the entire land of Hanaria, where there is God. The God of that land is pure, and lizards are also there. The name of the second river is Gihon, Gihon. It runs through the entire land of Cush, Cush. The name of the third river is Tigris, Tigris. It runs along the east side of Assyria, Assyria. The fourth river is the Euphrates, Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and placed him in the orchard in Eden to care for it and to maintain it. Then the Lord God commanded the man, "You may freely eat fruit from every tree of the orchard, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of God and evil, for when you eat from it, you will surely die." The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a competition for him who constantly correspond to him." The Lord formed out of the ground every living animal of the field and every bird of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them and whether the man called each living creature that was its name. So the man named all the animals, the birds of the air, and the living creatures of the field. But for Adam, no competition who consecrated to him was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was asleep, he took part of the man's side and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the part of he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. Then the man said, "This one at least is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. This one will be called woman, for she was taken out of man. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and unites with his wife, and they become one family." The man and his wife were both naked, but they were not ashamed. Now the serpent was slandered than any of the wild animals that the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "It is really true that God said, 'You must not eat from any tree of the orchard.'" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit from the trees of the orchard, but concerning the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the orchard, God said, 'You must not eat from it, and you must not touch it, or else you will die.'" The serpent said to the woman, "Surely you will not die, For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will open and you will be like God, knowledge good and evil. When the woman saw the tree produce fruit that was good for food, was agitated to the eye, and was distilled for making one wise, she took some of its fruit and ate it. She also gave some of it to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them opened, and they knew they were naked, so they sewed fig leaves together and made covering for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God moving about to the orchard at the breathing time of the day, and they had the hide from the Lord God in the morning the trees of the orchard. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, "Where are you?" The man replied, "I heard you moving about to the orchard, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And the Lord God said, "Who told you that you were naked? Did you eat from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" That man said, "The woman whom you gave me, she gave me some food from the tree, and I ate it." So the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" And the woman replied, The, the serpent tricked me and I ate. I think spread means snake. That's what I'm thinking it means. The Lord God said to the um snake, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all the cattle and all the living creatures of the field. On your belly you will crawl, and dust you will eat all the day of your life, and I will put honesty between you and the woman, and between you offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman he said, "I will gently increase your labor pains. With pain you will give birth to children. You will want to control your husband, but he will demand you." But to Adam he said, "Because you obey your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you must not eat from it. The ground is crushed because of you. In painful toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, but you will eat the grain of the field. But the sweet of you, both you will eat food until you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken. From your dust, and to dust you will return. The man named his wife Eve, because she was the mother of all the living. The Lord God made garments from skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. And the Lord God said, "Now that the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, he must not be allowed to stretch out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." So the Lord God expelled him from the orchard in Eden to cover the ground from which he had been taken. When he drove the man out, he placed on the eastern side of the orchard to in Eden Anagat Sartres, who used the flame of whirling sword to ground the way to the tree of life. Let's see. Good morning, everyone. Let me go back to the chat to see who I miss. Let's see. Good morning, Big Chip. Andy Baby, what's up? Hey, Nanya, Edo Buckley. Did I miss anybody up? If I do, I'm sorry. see. Well, here we have a story coming up. How you guys doing this morning? I'm gonna do I'm gonna do this every Sunday. I'm going to do a Bible story. It's going to be in the morning and maybe in the afternoon. Next one is the Great Flood. The Great Flood, written by Moses in Genesis 6.5 through 9:17. But the Lord saw that the wickedness of humankind had become great on the earth. Every interpretation of the thoughts of their minds was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made humankind on the earth, and he was highly offended. So the Lord said, I will whip humankind whom I have created from the face of the earth, everything from humankind to animals, including creatures that move on the ground and birds of the air. For I regret that I have made them, but Noah found favor in the sight of the Lord. This is the account of Noah. Noah was a godly man. He was blameless among his contamination. He walked with God. Noah had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was ruined in the sight of God. The earth was filled with violence. God saw the earth, and indeed it was ruined, for all living creatures on the earth were sinful. So God said to Noah, I have decided that all living creatures must die, for the earth is filled with violence. Because of them now I am about to destroy them, and the earth make for yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it with pitch inside and out. This is how you should make it. The ark is to be 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for the ark and finish it, leaving 18 inches from the top. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I'm about to bring forth on the earth, destroyed from under the sky, all the living creatures that have the breath of life in them. Everything that is on the earth will die, but I will confirm my covenant with you. You will enter the ark, you sons, you wife, and you sons, wives, will you must bring into the dark two of every kind of living creatures from all flesh, male and female, to keep them alive with you of the birds after the kinds and of the cattle after the kinds and of every creeping thing of the ground after its kind two of every kind will come to you so you can keep them alive, and you must take for yourself every kind of food alive, and must take yourself every kind of food that is eating and gather it together. It will be food for you and for them. And Noah did all that God commanded him. He did instead. The Lord said to Noah, come into the ark, you all you also, for consider you God among this generation. You must take with you 7 paint of evil, and kind of clean animal, the mate and it made two of every kind of unclean animals, the mate and its mate, and also 7 paints of every kind of birds in the sky, male and female, to prevent their offspring on the face of the entire earth. For in the 7 days I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will rip from the face of the ground every living thing that I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters invaded the earth. Noah entered the ark along with his sons, his wife, and his sons was because of the food waters pains of clean animals, of unclean animals, of birds, and of everything that creeps along the ground. Made a freeman came into the ark too. Noah just as God had commanded him, and after 7 days the flood waters covered the earth. In the 600th year of Noah lived in the second month on the 7th day of the month. On that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and the rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very day Noah entered the ark, accompanied by his sons Siham, Ham, and Japheth, along with his wife and his sons, 3 wives, they entered along with every living creature after its kind, every animal after its kind, every creature things that creeps under earth after its kind, every bird after its every kind, everything with wings, was creatures that have the breath of life into the ark to Noah. Those that Christ entered were male and female. That says God commanded him. Then the Lord shut him in the flood, connecting the earth for 40 days, as the waters increased. They lifted the ark and raised it above the earth. The water completely overwhelmed the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. The waters completely entered the earth, so that even all the high mountains under the entire sky were covered. The waters rose more than 20 feet above the mountains, and all living things that move on the earth died, including the birds, the domestic animals, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind, everything on the day land that had the breath of life into nostrils and died. So the Lord destroyed every living thing that was on the surface of the ground, including people, animals, creatures that creep along the ground, and birds of the sky. They were ripped of the earth. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark survived. The waters prevented over the earth for 150 days. Both God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and document animals that were with him in the ark. God caused a wind to blow over the earth, and the waters retaining the fountains of the deep, and the floodgates of heaven were closed, and the rain stopped falling from the sky. The waters kept rising from the earth, so that they had gone down by the end of the 150 days. On the 7th day of the 7th month, the earth came to rest on one of the mountains of Ararat. The waters kept on rising until the 10th month. On the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. At the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark, and sent out a raven to when it kept flying back and forth until the waters had dried up the earth. Then Noah sent out a dove to see if the waters had reduced from the surface of the ground. The dove could not find a resting place for it first because water still covered the surface of the entire earth, and so it returned to Noah in the ark. He stretched out his hand, took that dove, and put it back into the ark. He waited 7 more days and then sent one the dove again from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there was a freshly plucked olive leaf in the back. Noah knew that the water had re- reduced it from the earth, and he waited another 7 days and sent the dove out again, but it did not return to him this time. In Noah's 601st year, in the first day of the first month, the water had dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the cover from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry, and by the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dried. Then God spoke to Noah and said, "Come out of the ark, you, your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you all the living creatures that are with you. Bring out every living thing, including the birds, animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Let them increase and be fertile and multiply on the earth." Noah went out along with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, every living creature, every creeping thing had bird, and every that moves on the earth went out the ark in their groups. Noah built an altar to the Lord. He then took some of every kind of clean animal and clean bird and offered burnt offering on the altar. And the Lord smelled the smoothing Amorah and said to himself, "I will never again curse the ground because of humankind, even through the inclination of their minds is evil. From children on, I will never again destroy everything that lives, and I have just done. While the earth continues to exist, planting time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night will not cause. The God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be faithful and multiply and fill the earth, every living creature of the earth and every bird of the sky will be terrified of you. Everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea are under your authorization. You may eat any moving thing that lives as I give you the green plants. I now give you everything. But you must not eat meat with its life, that is blooded in it, for you life blooded. I will surely exact punishment from everything living creature. I will exact punishment from each person. I will punishment for the life of invisible, since the man was his relaxed. Whoever sheds human blood by other humans must his blood be shed, for in God's image God has made humankind. But as for you, be faithful and multiply, increase all the planet on the earth and multiply on it. God said to Noah and his sons, "Look, I now confirm my covenant with you, and you demand it after you, and with every living creature that is with you, including the birds, the documented animals, and every living creature on the earth with you, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature of the earth. I confirm my covenant with you. Never again will all living things be whipped out by the waters of a flood. Never again will a flooded destroy the earth. And God said, this is the gratitude of the covenant I'm making with you and every living Christian with you, a covenant for all subsequent generation. I will place my rainbow in the clouds, and it will become a gratitude of the covenant between me and the earth. Whatever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, then I will remember my covenant with you and with all living creatures, all other kinds. Never again will the water become a flood and destroy all living things. When the rainbow in the clouds, I will notice it and remember the political covenant between God and all living creatures of all kinds that are on the earth. So God said to Noah, this is the guarantee of the covenant that I'm conferring between me and all living things that are on the earth. Good morning, Lord. What do you guys think? You guys like that story? You think, well, I'm gonna do that every Sunday. I'm gonna do it twice a week. I'm gonna do twice a day on Sundays. Or I'm gonna do once a day. You know, what do you guys think about it? Guys like it? Maybe I would do like 2 stories and 2 songs. You know? Oh no, no. Yeah, that's on Sundays. I'm gonna do something different every day, but I don't know what I'm gonna do on a Saturday. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna do a opera piano. St. Patrick's Day opera piano tomorrow. Yeah. Well, guys, I see you guys later. Thank you. You guys take it easy. Peace out. I'm gonna come back later on do another one. I don't know yet. Thinking about it. Bye bye.